Well, you know, if they're joined, who cares? You planted the seed in their mind. But if you've got 6 gold legs in kleeneze, and I'll just show you, if you haven't seen these circles, it's just amazing, the duplication behind kleeneze. But if you find 6 good legs, that will give you a residual income of over £5,000 a month. Now that's equivalent to having $1 million a bit in the bank, which gives you the millionaire's lifestyle. So don't forget to show the circles to people. Now, not everybody can see that. I don't want you to shout this out, but as you're reading this sentence, look how many letter F's are in it. Now, how many people can see 3 F's? Raise your hand. Look at the people who can see 3 F's. How many people can see 4? How many people can see 5? And how many people can see 6? Now, when I first seen them circles, I was so excited, but not everybody could see it. So sometimes they don't, and that sentence helps. If people cannot read one little sentence, it just shows. Sometimes it takes a bit of time for the opportunity to get in. I think Peter and Jackie White took a few years before they seen it. Gene and Mike Day, another 4 or 5 years before they joined. So not everybody sees it straight away. Now, how many people have been in a rowing boat before? What happens if you pull on one oar? What happens if you pull on another oar? What happens if you try to drive 2 different rowing boats at the same time? You cannot do it, can it? So just stay focused on one opportunity. Well, I'll just explain a little bit about this, because there is other opportunities out there, but none gives you the retail power that kleeneze's got. What I like to do is back it up with stories, and I know he's here today, and I'm going to show you a story in a second if we'll just flick through this. Paul Tonkin's in the room. Don't know where he is. He's standing up, Paul? Over there somewhere. A few years ago, in 2006, that was his check part-time, 222. He lost his job, and he decided to go full-time. And he worked out it was a numbers game, so he had a little customer base, bought 1,200 catalogues, and a good work ethic. Look at his next check. Now, what you could say, people used to say, oh, Gavin, you were lucky you joined 18 years ago in 92. Well, Paul joined in 96. About a year ago, I got a message from Paul saying, Gavin, I've emigrated. Now, he used to live in the northwest of England, and he actually has moved to Guernsey now. And he started there from scratch with no customer base, exactly the same principles he did in the northwest. Guess who's the top retailer in my team this period? Paul Tonkin. So that just proves it doesn't matter what you join, it's what you do when you join. But like I was saying, there's other opportunities out there, and they try to tell you to build a big team, but if nobody's driving any product in a big way, nobody's going to make any money. It's just going to fizzle out and die. So just be focused on what you actually do. Now, the catalogue side's not a skill, is it? And it's just the effort of putting the catalogues in and out. The sponsoring side is a skill. Do you know that the average amount to pass your driving test in the UK at the minute is £1,000? Once you pass your test, where can you go? Anywhere you like. You can drive anywhere you like. If you learn the skills to sponsor with kleeneze, you can build the biggest checkers you want. And for way under £1,000, or probably under £50, you can buy some training CDs, go to some workshops, and practice them skills to become an actual good sponsor. So eventually, your little rowing boat changes into a speedboat and disappears into the distance, as long as you stay laser focused with the opportunity. Now, a few years ago, we were lucky to meet Bobby Robson on a flight to London. He'd just been sacked as a manager at Newcastle United at the time, and that was his passion. And we were trying to find out why he'd been sacked. And you know what? That guy wouldn't say a bad word about the people that sacked him. And all he was doing was asking us questions and using his clever people skills that had him probably the most well-thought-of football manager ever. So one of the skills in this business on the personal development is learn the people skills. And if you haven't read a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, that's probably the Bible of how people skills work. So not to brag, just to show you what we've got in the business, because I'm a working class lad who used to come work in the shipyards at Tyneside, and if I can make kleeneze work, so can you. You've just got to get stuck in, go to as many meetings as you possibly can, get stuck into the personal development, and you can have as much money as you want. On the slides a few years ago, would say, what's it like to be going home to the same house or drive the same car, go on the same holidays? We ain't got one house, we've got two. This is one in 30 acres of land out in Northumberland. It's amazing. At the night, there's deluxe windows above all the bedrooms. You can see the stars, and it's amazing views. At the back, there's 15 acres of Christmas trees, which are huge now. In the winter, we love to do a bit of skiing. That's what we're passionate now on the hobbies. We'll have at least 4 skiing holidays a year. And the other day, Jamie was phoning up, Gavin, you've got to add on what happened in New York. And I'm saying, Jamie, why have I got to add on what happened in New York? So we had a 10-day skiing trip to the States. And if anybody's in the team below me, do you get a message of me every day of the year? So even on holiday, because holidays are tax reasons, because I'm still working when I'm away, after 10 days skiing, I was trying to log on to BA sites to book the flight home, and they wouldn't let us. So I was getting frustrated with it, so I said, I'll just do it in the morning. Put the telly on in the morning, and the volcano had gone off, and all flights were cancelled. So we just went skiing again. But after 11 days, your legs are just about shot. So we went to the airport, and Bonnie's had a goal for years to go to New York. Well, I hate shopping, and it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. So we went to the airport, and the guy says, well, why don't you go to New York? You can get loads of flights home once it opens up. So off we did. We went to New York, and I've got to say, New York is the best city I've ever been in my life. It'll blow you away, so go for it to be there. This is the view from the top of the top of the Empire State Building, looking out towards the Statue of Liberty. The place is just awesome. It would never be on my goal list to go to, but it's got to be yours, because when you go there, you'll be blown away with how big the place is. The shops, she got a goal to go around all these shops. I was just sitting outside where she was going around all the shops, not my cup of tea. In Times Square, I think this sums up what we've got to do with kleeneze. We've got to kick some ass. So as a kid, I always had a dream to be able to look at the view outside the window, see if the surf was up. Now I live in this street that overlooks the sea, and if you can put time out webcam into Google, that's exactly the view you'll actually get. And I'll say to Bonnie in the morning, I'll say, Bonnie, the sun's coming up, and she'll go, I'll catch you tomorrow. To me, it's just amazing watching that sun come up. And the cars. To be quite honest, the cars, Bonnie always said she wanted a Porsche. So we're going to this Porsche, and Bob Webb went, oh, it's going to be a little bit better, so get yourself this lovely cream leather Ferrari. And Bonnie says, oh, I wish I'd got cream leather. And I thought, oh, great. So 3 years later, we'll get to one with cream leather. And 3 years later, just in case somebody says we'll change the leather, we've got a yellow one. So that's what Bonnie's driving around in a minute. The cars, how many else people do you know has bought 3 brand new Porsches in a row? We do that for tax reasons, because we don't want to let the tax man have the money, so it might be, while driving around a nice car, showing the kleeneze actually does work. And a couple of years ago, they pulled a big check from the sky here, and from the year 2000 to 2008, our income was 3 million quid. Is that not what the lottery is? Now, working back to where I started, can you see how much space there is there for you to build a big business? It's huge. So when you bump into somebody else with a catalogue, just see how many streets in the UK aren't getting a catalogue. And Ireland, and Netherlands, and Germany. You've just got to stay focused with this opportunity. And basically, what will happen is, you can go and make your dreams come true. And just before I finish, they don't get much recognition, but what I'd like to do is get on your feet and give the management a big round of applause for what they've done for this fantastic opportunity. Thanks very much.